Japan is about to release nuclear waste into the sea.
Yes, sirree. I'm not freaking blind, guys. It's Gweilo style. I think it's Thursday. You could die.
Yeah.
Son of a bitch. Geez, you know. Oh, yeah, because it goes on and on and on. For all you haters, there's something to chew on for the next couple of minutes.
Welcome to another video from Gweilo 60. I was reading the news again. I gotta quit reading the news. It drives me nuts. The tsunami back in 2011 that shut down the Fukushima plant in Japan. 3 reactors melted down, and they've been storing the wastewater in a bunch of tanks on land. They're getting together Tuesday, I think it's the 22nd of August, to decide when they're going to start releasing this wastewater into the ocean. And this is okay with the United States government. Sure as hell isn't okay with the Chinese government or the South Korean government, because they're close there. It's going to devastate their fishing for, well, forever, basically. The Japanese government said that it's going to help the Japanese fishing industry with advertising, and they're going to educate you on how this radioactive waste in the water will not harm you or the fish. Okay. And you can believe that. And it's once it's there, once it's in the ocean, it's gone. You can't pull it back. And I was reading here, and let me read you a couple of reasons why they're releasing this wastewater. The government and the plant operator says the water must be removed to make room for the plant's decommissioning and to prevent accidental leaks from the tanks. To prevent accidental leaks from the tanks. So if the tanks leak on Japan, well, this is a bad thing, because is there nuclear waste in these tanks? Are these the same tanks that they're going to be releasing into the sea that's right across the strait there to South Korea? And China's right there. It's going to flow down into Southeast Asia. It's going to decimate the fishing industry in that area of the world. And if everybody knows, ocean currents go all over the world, so they're going to, in fact, contaminate every ocean in the world. And it's going to happen as soon as Thursday, August 24th. And this is okay with everybody around the world. You would think that this would be a reason for everybody, every country in the world, to stand up and say, you do that, don't do that, or there'll be repercussions. If this happened in China, and China was going to release nuclear waste into, say, the South China Sea, what would the reaction from the United States, from Japan, from basically every country in the world be? Would it be ostracized on evening news 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, from now till kingdom come type thing? Definitely it would. But because Japan is an ally of the United States of America, because Japan toes the line with the United States and does whatever it wants it to do, then it's okay. If North Korea would do the same thing as Japan and release nuclear waste into the ocean, what would be the repercussions? Would they be attacked? Would they be ostracized on the world stage? Of course they would. What happens if Russia would do the same thing? Oh, yeah, it's politically motivated. It's mainstream media working backwards instead of ostracizing a country for doing something bad. It's on board with this. It's okay to do this because, well, because it's Japan. If it was the United States doing it, it would be the same thing. If it was Canada or Australia or New Zealand or Norway doing the same thing, well, then it would be okay because their nuclear waste isn't as bad as China's nuclear waste or North Korea or Russia or Iran's nuclear waste. Yeah, because it's clean Japanese nuclear waste is what they're putting into the ocean. The fish are going to be taking in this nuclear waste all around the world. It's going to devastate every fishing industry, well, in Asia and Southeast Asia to begin with, and then basically around the world. When people understand that they're buying nuclear waste to eat from Japan, you're seeing something going to be taken out of our group of foods that we eat, and fish were one of those foods that was healthy for you. As of Thursday, August 24th, that's no longer the truth. Now these are contaminated. They're no longer good to eat. They're dangerous to consume, and it's Japan's fault. They're releasing it into the ocean because they're worried the tanks will start leaking on Japanese soil. Let me say that again. They're releasing it into the ocean because they're worried that the tanks that they're keeping this wastewater in will leak on Japanese soil. That tells you all you need to know about what's going on, whether the mainstream media says it's okay, whether the Japanese government says it's okay, whether whoever, it doesn't matter, from Donald Trump to frickin' Justin Trudeau. You'd think he'd be up in arms over it because he's such a woke, save the world type of knob that. Anyway, I get a little bit upset about this one because it's one of those things that it's going to affect everybody around the world. And I think that they should keep their wastewater on their own land and not put it into the ocean. And they also said that they don't want any more accidental leaks into the ocean. What does that mean? That they've had accidental leaks in the ocean prior to this release that they're talking about? And they say they're going to be releasing it over about a 10-year time period. So there's a whack of this wastewater that they have stored on Japanese soil. So you got to think about this and say to yourself, why would the world allow this to happen? They didn't do it at 3 Mile Island. They didn't do it at Chernobyl. So why would they do it at Fukushima? What makes Fukushima so special? What makes its wastewater, its contaminated wastewater, so much better than everybody else's? You have to think about this. But the Japanese scientists say it's okay to release this wastewater, nuclear wastewater, into the ocean. But you have to ask yourself, maybe they're the same scientists that told everybody that COVID-19 vaccination would make it so that you couldn't get COVID-19 or you couldn't spread COVID-19. See, scientists will tell you what you want to hear if you pay them enough, because they're all about grants. They're all about getting government money. I wonder how much money changed hands for the scientists to say this, because everybody in the world knows that nuclear wastewater is not okay to put, you got it, into the ocean. Doesn't matter what country you're from. Doesn't matter your politics. It doesn't matter. Well, it does matter to the children that will be eating that fish in the future, the children that will be getting sick, the people that will get cancer because of this decision by the Japanese government and their scientists. What's this going to do to the world population? Raise our health care costs through the roof. Why? It takes money to fight cancer, guys. And that, my friends, is another video from Gweilo 60. If you like this video, as always, like, comment, subscribe, push that share button, phone your local politician and tell them that you're pissed off about this. And whatever you do, boycott Japanese fish. Anything out of that little area where they're releasing this wastewater, boycott it, because it will cause you damage, medical damage in the future. Keep it off your tables. Keep it off your children's tables. When you buy a product like tuna or whatever, make sure it's not from that area of the world, because it could harm you, it could harm your family. And thanks for watching. Peace out. Bye now.